Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to what I believe is round number 13 or 14, I'm not overly sure, of our FSM F2 series. And here we're on board with Jackie Boy, who was a new recruit for this race, and he is going to set a 122 point. Was that 1? It went so fast I didn't notice. Now into Lagos, my actual teammate, 119.9 across the line. Now, M and JJ's just taken part again today because he can. He's got a bit of spare time, so he's taking part in qualifying. But you'll notice he doesn't really take part in the race due to a couple of stupid red flags that we had. I'm not going to get into that too much, but it has been sorted for next time. But there you are, illegal immigrant spun. He's also made a mistake. The first of many spins you'll see. Yeah, the title basically tells you exactly what this will be. It's basically a spin fest, guys. It's like driving on ice around here in these F2 cars around Holland. But yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. But as you can see, John Z goes 6th now. And I don't know why we're still on board with him. Now we're going back to have a look at Jackie Boy. Can he improve? He goes to P5, so he has improved his lap time. As you can see, at the moment, Interlagos is top. All the faster drivers haven't done a lap. And there we are. We're around on our out lap, which is a great start. But it doesn't get much better for us than that, to be honest with you. But yeah, another mistake there from us. We don't make many of them. As we come around to finish our first flying lap, and it's only good enough for P4. Now we're doing another lap. We've done a purple first sector, green second, a 20.5, and that's the best we can do. Musical Rocket has retired from the session, and we go for another half spin, and then we do fully spin and lose our front wing. Not the best of qualifying from ourselves. We don't normally make mistakes, but today we've made a few, and yeah, it's really unfortunate. But there we are. We've got Sam on pole. Noah 2nd, Joe Pilkey 3rd, Cesar 4th, Gunagma 5th. Then we've got Interlagos, Illegal Immigrant, ourselves, and Didi and Musical Rocket making up the top 10, with JJ, John Z, and Jackie Boy missing out on the top 10. It's Jackie Boy's first ever league race, so you can give him a little bit of credit there. I don't know why we were showing ourselves on the formation lap, but we're going to the 5 red lights. And we are away for our first attempt. Yes, you heard that correct. Our first attempt here around Holland. We lose a bit of traction there. We get, is that Musical down our inside, or is that Interlagos? Who is that down our inside? We've got a car down our inside. I believe it's Musical Rocket. And he has just got us. We've lost traction on exit. And as you can see in front of us, we've got a bit of a mess going on. You can't really see anything, if I'm honest. And we run deep. Try and get the power on as we exit that corner. We're staying on board with us for now. This is the second attempt, I believe, because we already had a red flag due to a disconnection, which has been assessed for next time. And we lose the back end. We're into the wall. We don't get any damage somehow. But it looks like Interlagos and I believe, is it Gunagma have made contact? Then we come on. We make contact with Ndidi. Or Interlagos. Look at behind us. Absolute chaos. And that's forced a red flag. Now we're on board of Illegal Immigrants POV of what happened. You've seen us go wide. There's Interlagos in the middle of the track. He gets collected. He collects him. And yeah, I mean, the red flag was forced upon us from that one. Now we go to race number 3. This is the 3rd attempt at this first race. And we're underway. We, I think, gained a position because I believe Cesar Wizard did not race in this one. I think he left after because it delayed us by an hour. We taken so long to get the first race done. And yeah, it was a bit stressful. But under our POV, we didn't get a worse start. And as you can see, Illegal Immigrants gone around, which we're going to get on board with Joe Pilkey in a moment to see what actually happened, because a bit of contact made with Joe. Joe got underway there, a bit squirrely. Wasn't the best of starts for himself. He'll be a bit disappointed. And then Illegal Immigrant sent it down the inside, half spinning him. He manages to keep it on track. For some reason, he gets in contact with Bailey Tomcat on Noah. I'm not really sure why. Comes around this corner. There's not a lot he can do. He was understeering, and there we are. That's what happened. He went around and he was in. And now we're on board with us again. Still on lap 1. I don't know if anything else happens. There has been a spin, I believe. We nearly lost it again. It's like driving on ice around here in the wet, especially. This track is terrible for these cars, and I don't think it'll be on the calendar for next season when we race these cars again, because it's just undrivable. You notice even the best drivers are losing it everywhere. It's just a mess. We nearly lost it again. It's just so bad to drive this circuit. Someone had a spin at the back, who's now quite a distance behind everybody else. I don't know why we're still watching this clip. There must be a reason I've left it in. But yeah, it's it was a mess. Oh, Ganaikma's going down the inside of Interlagos in front of us. And I think he's made the move. Going around the outside. And is he going to make that move? He does. That's a really good overtake from Ganaikma. Well done from him. He's up into P4. Interlagos drops to P5. And, yeah, ourselves, who are struggling for all sorts of grip. We're getting into the slipstream of our teammate. And we nearly bin it into the wall. That was a bit of a dangerous moment for us. A bit sketchy. But Ganaikma in front of us, our teammate, who's got a little bit more pace than us, I would say. But we seem to be carrying some corner speed. But then we lose it all on the exit. We jump to the end of lap 2. Interlagos is still right in front of us. We've got Musical Rocket right behind us. And it looks like Interlagos has moved to the side to let us go. Which is very noble of our teammate. He's known to do that. He's let us go. And then we lose a position to Dom on Musical Rocket. We run wide. We have a little bit of contact with Dom. And we spin into our teammate's path. After he lets us go, we spun into his path. He's left the session. And that was a very disappointing moment. We get damaged. He obviously got damaged. Not very happy about that. There wasn't a lot we could do. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. And we make a mistake. We get onto the grass, but we somehow manage to not run so wide. And we remain in P8. It's been a messy one, this. It's been a very messy one. And now you can see, Ndidi, and who else is this? Jackie Boy. And Ndidi's had contact with Illegal Immigrant. Illegal's punted him off the track. And I don't know if this was in the same race, guys. I can't actually tell you because I have no idea. Because of the red flags. And now we got Jackie Boy battling with Illegal Immigrant. Side by side through the tricky section here. And they're still going side by side. Very nice racing from the lads. And we've got another angle of it here. It continues. I don't know why it's been left in there, so we've seen a bit of the same clip again. But you have to bear with me. I don't normally have this many clips to edit into a video. So, yeah, we're trying our best. Good little dive bomb there from Jackie Boy, but he's gone straight on. And we cut to the last clip for some reason. But yeah, we're struggling. We're doing our own thing. But everyone else is having a nice little race. As we spin, we've lost the back end. We're around. As we were gaining on Jackie Boy, we're trying to fix ourselves before Ganaikma gets to turn 1. And yeah, now we're pitting at the end of lap 9. This is the start of lap... No, this is the start of lap 9 because we've already crossed the line. But yeah, it's been a messy one, guys. At this point, I've lost all patience. And there you are, Interlagos, our teammate, who's now an AI, who's just held us up through that corner, and we just got fed up and we dive bombed him. Yes, we extended to overtake him, but we don't really care. He's an AI, it doesn't matter. But we make that move. We're into P8? Yeah, P8, which is a reverse grid pole for now. We're into that position, and yeah, we're trying to get damage limitations of whatever this race has been. It's been a disaster. I'm not exactly happy about it. And there you go. You see Jackie Boy making a mistake. Jackie Boy was around. I think that's on the same lap as we were overtaking Interlagos. And yeah, we're onto the grass again. I don't know what was going on in this race, but it was awful. It was so bad to drive this circuit. And, I mean, you can't say too much about it. It was just a dreadful circuit. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. As we jump to the mid-lap 11, or was this the end? That's the end of lap 11. We've got a spin in the background, which is that Noah? Or is that Ganaikma? Because I believe it's a pink car. Oh, he's also had a contact with a dark blue, who I'm not really sure who that was. But we're on lap 13 now, and we spin. We spin on that curb. It's such a frustrating race, guys. At this time, I can tell you how I felt. At the time, I was not thinking straight. I was fuming with myself because I don't like making mistakes. I don't normally make mistakes, but we were making so many today. It was painful. And as you can see in front, Johnsy has made a mistake, which has allowed Ndidi through, and allowed ourselves to come through, which we're a bit tentative on the throw, but we get the move. We're into P9, and we've got Ndidi to pass now to try and get the reverse grid pole after we lost these positions due to our spin. And Ndidi coming into the curb where we spun, I think a lap ago, and he has spun himself, and we gain a free position. We're in P8, we're into the reverse grid pole, and fingers crossed now we can hold on to that. And another angle of the Ndidi spin, he hit the curb, he went around, we've done that, and I'll tell you now, it won't be the last time we do that either. But yeah, it's been a messy Grand Prix. We've got, wow, Guys, we've got failing Tomcat or Noah lapping us. We're a lap down. It's been one of those races where you just want to forget it. We've got lapped. And Sam does the fastest lap, who's not actually that far behind us to lap us as well. And we're gonna finish a lap down. And we nearly lost the back end. Nearly went into the wall again. We've got Sam behind us. Is this the same? Yeah. We just decided to go completely off track and let Sam go. At this point, I was a very frustrated character. And for some reason, we couldn't get it back on the track there. And Johnsy overtakes us. Now, can we get our reverse grid pole back from Johnsy? Now, it's all down to us to try and get our reverse grid pole. Can we do it? Johnsy's in front of us. He brakes a lot earlier than I expected. I didn't collide with the back of him. We're trying to go around the outside of this embankment. And wow, we nearly lost it again. We nearly lost it again, guys. I don't know what on earth was going on in this maze. But it was terrible to drive. Johnsy makes a mistake. Can we dive down the inside now? Into the hard braking zone. We try and make the move, and we get the apex as well. Really good overtake. He tries to do the cutback on us, but I don't think he'll be able to have the grip to do so. And he doesn't. We get into P8. We're in the reverse grid pole. We're trying to avoid that curve on the inside. We nearly lost the back end anyway. But we are in P8 now. Coming around to finish lap 18, our final lap of the race. I drove into the wall. I was a bit frustrated. But we do finish a reverse grid pole, which we have to restart the session for, guys, because of all the red flags and the custom grid we had to do for this one in the first place. So yeah, we have to restart the session. So technically another red flag. It's the musical rockets left the session. Noah 1, Sam 2nd, Joe Pilgrim 3rd, and that's all we're going to discuss because I forgot to see the rest. And on pole for the reverse grid, we get underway quite nicely actually on a dry circuit because there was a lot of complaints about how undrivable it was in the wet, and we then went to dry for the second race, for the sprint race, and we do get underway very nicely. It's not been a bad start for ourselves, but can we maintain it? Can we go on and maybe get a podium, maybe get a win in this race? I don't think so because it's an undrivable track, and also, guys, post-com and all. But we're going to try our best. We're going to see what we can do. We do get off to a very good start, but for some reason, we just had a little bit of connection there with the grass and the curb. We run wide. It gives Jackie Boy a chance to go down the inside, and he does go down the inside. I'm not sure if that was fair or not, but he's forced us off the track. Joe Pilkey's gone around on the inside, and we dropped down to P5. P6 now, INALLA Strike bombs us. Yeah, it's not been the best of moments there for us, but we get an on board here with Joe Pilkey. We see what's happened with him. You can see us going wide in front. Sam's had to back off a little bit. He goes down the inside of Sam, and as you can see, me and Jackie Boy having a bit of contact in front, and the physics don't make sense there. A tiny tap for Joe, and he went around. That doesn't make much sense to me. But yeah, unfortunate for him, that is exactly what happened. And we move. We just continue as we are. And oh my god, Noah's around. Noah has gone around in front of us. Noah's made a big mistake. It looks like a bit of contact with maybe INALLA, was it, or Jackie Boy? One or the other. But he has gone around, and we are around ourselves. We've hit the curb, guys, and we're off into the gravel. What a mess of a Grand Prix this has been. It's been an absolutely dreadful race for us, and indeed he makes a mistake in front of us and nearly collects us, to be honest, but we luckily get away with that one. And now we got Noah going down the inside. We know not to fight Noah too hard because he's got much more pace than us. We let Noah go. He's passed us now. We're down into P9. Our frustrations are basically getting the better of us at this moment. And I mean, it doesn't get better, guys. It just gets worse for us, to be honest. And we nearly collided with the back of Noah after out-braking ourselves. Hard braking zone there, and we just completely missed it. We completely missed it, but we avoided Noah. And in front of us, is anything else happening? Jackie Boy's retired. I think he's gone into the pits and retired. He had enough of today's race. And he wasn't the only one. I believe Diddy would do the same. And I don't know what to say about today's race. And there you are, you can see Musical Rocket on the inside of the banking there, which is a very dangerous place to be. But he's on the inside of the banking, and he's had a little incident of his own. And now, there's another yellow flag. Are you surprised? I am not. Illegal immigrant has had a mistake there. And we get onto the curb, make another mistake. And we spin ourselves again. We're around again. And as you can see in the background, illegal immigrant spun, I think, out of sympathy for us. He went around. There you go. Musical Rocket passes us. Nice free position for him. He goes past us. And, yeah, on to the lap 5. Shall we see if we can get through this corner without spinning this time, shall we, guys? No. And that was the end of our race. That was the end of our race. We ended up going towards the pit lane and retiring. That was enough. We had enough. We were done. It was a very frustrating one for us. And we now spectate to the end. Let's see what can happen. Let's see if people can actually drive the circuit. I know that the likes of Noah were struggling around here. Joe Pilkey had a few mistakes. I think Sam or Pradouts was the only one that hasn't really had a spin. Because we know that Musical Rocket's had one. John Z probably has had one. But as you can see, Musical Rocket, is this Musical Rocket? No, it's Failing Tomcat and John Z battling side by side, and a nice overtake there from Tomcat, and he gets himself up in the P4. Let's see if he can now break away and maybe catch Joe, but the gap's huge. He ain't gonna catch Joe. Now we got Musical Rocket catching it back to John Z. Can he make an overtake on John Z? And as you can see here, lap 9, he is on the back of him. He's basically pushing him through the embankment corner there at turn 2. He's all over the back of him. He's on the grass. He's using every inch of the circuit. And at this point, he has to be patient. Is he going to be patient or is he going to be silly? He's all over the back of John Z. Is he going to make that move? Not yet. He's being patient. He's waiting. He's not going to do a Mazepin. But he now does. He goes down the inside, makes the move. Can John Z get the cutback? It looks like he can with a bit of bad traction there from Musical. Now they're side by side coming through the left-hander. They're still side by side. Look at the battle. This is a nice battle. John Z is down the inside. He's holding the position, you know. Credit to John Z. And it looks like Musical has made the overtake. He has got in front. But has John Z given up on this position yet? We go to the end of the next lap. Lap 10 now. We're looking at Joe Pilkey. And Pilkey's lost the back end as he was gaining on Interlagos. Unfortunate for him. And Ndiddy's in the gravel. Ndiddy is in the gravel. I don't know what's happened to Ndiddy, but he is off in the gravel trap now. I mean, if he continues, he'll get a point because everyone else is retired. But yeah, it's been a disaster. He's getting out of the way now because he can see Sam coming to lap him. And he just lets him go. And it looks like Musical's made a mistake. And now John Z's on the back of him with the DRS open. And Diddy's retired. Wow, he should have just continued for a point. And John Z goes down the inside. And it looks like Musical Rocket may have cut across him slightly. And as you can see, on the next highlights, well, that was John Z rejoining the track, I believe. On the next highlight, you'll see that Musical Rocket has backed off. There he is on the outside. He's letting John Z go due to the fact that that was a... Well, I think it was his fault, I'll be honest. I think it was his fault. Now, both of them got damage. As Musical goes around the outside of him on lap 12. And that's a really good overtake. They're going side by side with damage. They've both got a damaged front wing. Going side by side with damaged front wing is not a good idea. And as you can see, Musical did back out. But then he goes down the inside into the long right-hander before we get to the little kink. And he makes the move stick. He is into P5. Is that the last you'll see of the battle? No, he goes wide. He's off the track. He's in the grass. I don't know what Dom's up to. But yeah, a big mistake from him. They're not on lap 13. This is still lap 12 for them because obviously Sam is miles ahead. And now Dom is going to try and have another go. He's been very impatient here. He should have waited for the DRS because he's now giving John Z DRS down the straight, which is a very, very stupid idea from him. But we move. We're going on to the final lap of the race for these two. They've had a nice battle. This has kept everything entertaining for us. And only 7 drivers are going to finish today's race. Dom goes around the outside now. Is he going to make it stick? John Z comes across him. And also just absolutely sends it down the inside. I'm not sure if that was legal or not. But John Z has not backed off. This is all down to Dom catching back up again. Musical Rocket is caught back up. And can he make the move? He can. The DRS open. He goes around, well, goes past him on the straight, should we say. I was about to say around the outside. But he goes past him on the straight, makes the move stick. That is the end of the battle. He's going to get P5. Joe Pilkey wins. Sam second, because Sam let Joe past after contact on the first lap. Interlagos third. Tomcat fourth. Dom fifth. John Z sixth. Illegal 7th, the only people that finished. Thank you very much. I've been Chris Tyler. I'll see you later.